How would you describe my personality? I might seem optimistic, outgoing, and fun to hang around with, but at home, I'm a different person. I might seem like a normal teenager, but I'm not. From the first day I was born, I listened to my parents and obeyed them just like every child do. Except, I am the oldest daughter who carried much of the family's responsibilities. Most children do not have this role, but I'm not one of them. I never dared to ask my parents questions or favors. I was a child who never had a play date with other kids. The only time I played with other kids or hung out was in my neighborhood, at school, and the parties my parents attended. It might sound horrible, but I never thought of it that way, especially how my parents told me stories about how they were raised in Vietnam, where they were abused and didn't have education. I thought I was lucky, but once I started high school, things began to change. This is the moment I realized how I was confined from the world. I learned that I was trapped in a small cage, just like a bird wanting to fly south from here. I realized hanging out with friends every 3 months was not enough. This is when I met a guy who became my boyfriend because he changed my life. He had a huge impact because I rebelled my parents. One of the ways I rebelled them was dating. I asked my parents' permission to date this guy, but my father said no. My parents did not approve of it, but I still did. He hung out at my place and we did homework. Over time, my parents liked him because I had really good grades and earned awards. He was also the guy who showed me the road, a world that I haven't seen. We biked together to places and hung out with our friends. I hung out with him and my friends more than what I was supposed to. It didn't matter. I felt like I had hope to leave this cage. Once I reached second semester of my sophomore year, I once again rebelled my parents. I would pretend to run away from home because my mom did not want me to take a driver's course with my friends. When this event occurred, my dad knew. He knew where I was, but my mom went to all my friends' house to find me. After that, she approved of me taking the course. But, of course, I knew she didn't want me to. A few months later, I got accepted to University of Minnesota as a PSEO student, post-secondary education enrollment, for junior year. On the first day of college, I got lost taking the bus back home. But I wasn't afraid because I knew I was heading down a freedom path, a path I would not be controlled by my parents, a path where I make my decision, create my own life, and create my own personality. As college goes on, I met friends and joined student groups. I created my own schedule, and I knew from then on my future is in my own hands. I felt I was a bird, was finally let out of a cage and is flying south. The owner of the cage can only guide me when I need help from here on out.